I'll wait till March 26th to do that. Let's go to JR in Somerville. What's up, JR?
Hey, JR.
What's up, guys? We spent the last hour talking about fake storylines and works, and we gotta get back to reality, away from this WWE stuff.
Hold on a second, JR. I love when people do this. We spent 8 minutes talking about wrestling, and it turned into an hour in your mind. Okay, fine.
He's
Go
just
ahead.
mad because we're not talking about the Knicks anymore.
That's true.
Well, no. We can talk about the Knicks, but Tiki, I need to know. We gotta get back to reality. What do you think about? Well, first, are you excited to see the classified information being released on these aliens? You got to be on board now, right?
No, it's going to be nothing. I promise you it's nothing. This is a complete distraction. There's nothing.
No, it's not.
It's
a distraction, yes.
It is nothing.
Yes, you're right about that.
It is nothing.
But here's the question.
It is nothing.
JR, what do you think when the president releases, and I would assume it'll happen today, it's a Friday news dump, why the hell not? What do you think's going to be in it, in your opinion?
The admission that we've actually went to sites of crashed UFOs, and we're trying to reverse engineer the technology. And that's it. I think that we're going to also have the disclosure that we see.
Okay, JR, just it's a logical question. Eddie Schizzeri brought this up on the morning show, and he's so right. He's so right. It is so far for an alien, any alien, because there's no aliens in the solar system, our solar system, right? On the planets that we know, that's our solar system. There's no aliens here. So you're coming from another solar system. The closest one is 4.5 billion or light years away, which is a 12 billion miles or whatever the heck it is, maybe even trillion. So if aliens got here from some ridiculously far amount away, why the hell are they crashing?
Well, they're not crashing coming from the sky from another solar system. They've been in the ocean for probably since the 50s is what they're saying, maybe earlier than that.
They've lived in the ocean.
Within the Atlantic Ocean.
We
don't know what's in the ocean. We don't know what's in the ocean at all as human beings. We just don't. We don't look. That's where they are. That's what you're going to see, Tiki. So that's what it is.
All right, I can't lie.
And they came from another planet. That's what you're saying. My point is, I believe there are aliens. I truly believe there are aliens. I don't believe we'll ever see an alien from another planet.
JR, I got to defend JR here. Are you demeaning the fact that if we find out there's a civilization living in the ocean with technology that's so good we're trying to reverse engineer it, is your answer going to be, well, they may not be from another planet, so who cares?
What are you
talking about?
What are you talking about?
That's what he's saying. He's saying they've lived here potentially for a while, or they've had a base here for a while.
There are intelligent beings you're positing that have lived on the bottom of the ocean for however long they've lived there, and they have this ridiculous technology, and no one's ever seen it.
Take it from here, JR.
We've seen it, yes. We've seen the technology. We just don't know how it works. To put it in layperson's terms for Tiki, 1 ounce of their technology can power this country for years. That's how their technology works. So that's what we're going to find out.
They figured out fission then.
Well, that's what you want to call it.
They figured out no. They figured out fusion. Fission we've known. That was the bomb. They figured out how to utilize hydrogen fusion, which then creates this massive release of energy. This is what the sun does every second of every nanosecond. It just fuses atoms together. Hydrogen becomes helium. It becomes et cetera, et cetera.
Process. But you're using things that you can comprehend, or anybody else can. We can't comprehend this stuff.
Okay, so how is there a source of energy in our planet that we don't know about that is now changing physics? It doesn't make sense.
When these aircrafts or whatever they are, when they crash, the people go into these aircrafts and see what's going on. Basically, there's a force field around these aircrafts that even change time and space.
Yes.
They may have figured out time travel.
It's a great point, and that was in that documentary.
Thank God for drugs.
Yeah. Which half hour,
wow,
when I analyze the ratings in a few weeks, do you think we'll do stronger? Us breaking down Tom Brady in the WWE, or Tiki and JR battling about aliens in the ocean? I think the alien thing's going to win.
If they're here,
right,
unless they came from another planet, that's the only thing I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything from another planet is on this planet.
Okay. Let me.
So if it's something that just originated or developed in our oceans, they're not alien.
Okay.
They're alien to us, but I mean, our president would say you live in another part of America, you're an alien.
Okay.
Big dump.
By that I mean South America. And so, like, what are we talking about here?
Hear me out on this, because here's what I want to know. Because this is what JR is claiming may get released by the president, and I want to know your reaction. Mm-hmm. If they come out and say, "Look, we have evidence there is some kind of civilization deep in the ocean,"
how would we not know about a civilization in the bottom of the ocean?
Okay.
If you're going to tell me there's life in the deepest trenches of our ocean and our planet, I would agree with you. Mm-hmm. But that's life. Life finds a way.
There's life living down there, like some kind of big base. Occasionally they come out with these flying vehicles. Occasionally they go back down in the water.
Everybody's coming.
But we don't know where they come from. They may have come from another planet thousands of years ago, or they may have developed here. Is your answer going to be, that's no big deal?
Thousands of years ago, there were humans on the planet.
I understand.
So what are we talking about?
I can't wait till these files are released and nothing comes out. Because nothing is going to come out, even though I buy JR's theories. I do. I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying I can't debunk it the way you do. All I care about is we're on the air doing a show together the day this is indisputable. Because what are you going to say? What are you going to say the day that it is indisputable?
That what?
How are you going to spin that?
That what?
That they're freaking aliens.
They're not aliens.
Okay.
Even if you're right, they're not aliens.
Okay. All right.
They're alien to us, but they're not aliens.
You don't think it'd be a big deal if we found out there was some kind of weird living being in the ocean that has better technology than us? That'd be a big freaking deal. That would change everything.
I mean,
you don't think that'd be a big deal?
What?
What? Spit it out.
Why do we not know about it yet?
Because we don't know everything. That's the reality. We really just don't know everything.
Because they're releasing these files, they're going to tell us everything.
I don't know what these files are going to release. I'm very skeptical about that.
Are they called the X-Files?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know.
Mulder and Scully.
And what I want to know is, when are the files being released?
Yeah.
Like, I know how this played out. It's very obvious to me because I follow presidents and their actions. Barack Obama did an interview and he said something. I don't think he meant to make a big story out of it, but he said, "Yeah, I think there's aliens." The current
I've
president,
never seen it.
But I've
never seen them.
Okay.
And nor has anybody, when I was president, give me a piece of paper that told me anything about it.
That's what he said.
Right.
It causes a stir. Trump's asked about it, and his first reaction, let's all be honest, he doesn't like Obama. So his first reaction is, boy, I could put him in prison for that.
He shouldn't have been saying that.
He shouldn't have been saying that. Now he says that. There's a reaction of, wait a second. If President Trump is saying Obama released classified information, that means it's true.
Do you smell what Barack is cooking?
Trump sees how popular this is and says, I got a great idea.
No, I don't. But I smell what our president is cooking.
I'm going to be the president that releases the files, which he does. Everyone approves of that, no matter what you think of Trump. And so he's popular for this decision. The problem is, if there's nothing interesting to release, it's going to backfire, and people are going to be like, what the hell just happened? So that's my theory. Does that all make sense?
It makes sense.
All right.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. Anyhow, when we come back, we'll get to more of your phone calls, plus what Adam Silver has cooked up to fix tanking in the NBA. And I have written down with every detail you need how I would fix tanking in the NBA. Plus, Idiots with Idioms all coming up in the next hour.
Even at 50, I train hard. Right now, I'm in the process of training for the New York City Half Marathon. That involves a lot of running, but also lift a lot because I like to look good. So recovery matters. That's why I use GAT Sports' new creatine chews. No powder, no mess, no shaker cups, just great flavors like grape, cotton candy, lemon lime, and fruit punch on the go. There are 5 grams of creatine per serving. Save 30% off your first bottle at gatsport.com with code Tiki30. That's GATsport.com with code Tiki30. GAT Creatine Chews. Fuel up, compete harder. Let's go.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. If you watched the Pistons last night, you saw Cade Cunningham announce exactly why he's going to be the biggest impact on the Eastern Conference playoffs in the NBA this spring. 24 in the first half, 42 for the game, 13 assists. He put on display his ability to create for teammates that's rivaled only by his desire to beat defenders off the dribble and drive to the rim. I'm Chris Mack.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-700-6898. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-700-6898 or biglou.com.
Hey, Boomer here. When the game's on the line, you need a winning play. And for electrical pros, that's Cooper Electric. With 70 locations all across the tri-state area and easy online ordering, my friends at Cooper Electric have the inventory and expertise to keep your projects moving. From tools to wire to lighting, Cooper is the playbook for pros who want to win every single job. Make the winning play. Visit cooper-electric.com today. That's cooper-electric.com. Cooper Electric, our knowledge is electric.
This President's Month at Nielsen Dodge, fun is in the driver's seat. We're celebrating all month with special presidential savings, plus 0 down payment.
We have your new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram at extra special fun is in the driver's seat savings.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4, just $187 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Laredo X 4x4, just $295 a month.
Plus, choose from a wide selection of certified pre-owned vehicles.
And if you need credit help, we're here to make it fast and easy on Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
President's Day Sales Event. Term 27 months to assigned Compass 5782, Cherokee 5890 at tax tag 489 dock and DMV fees.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new brick you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-6623. 800-499-6623. 800-499-6623.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
The home of New York Giants football. The Fan.
Runs out of the tackle, down the right sideline, cuts inside at the 5, in for the touchdown!
101.9 FM WFAN. WFAN FM. WFAN FM HD1 New York. An Odyssey sports station.
I remember making a comment at the end of the football season that the NFL has a bigger tanking problem than the NBA. I was clearly wrong about that. I apologize. While the NFL does have a tanking problem, the NBA's tanking problem is far worse, and it is spread like a virus where teams are actively telling Adam Silver, we don't care if you're going to fine us $500,000. We're going to do what's best because this has a chance to be a generational draft, and we need to do what's best for business.
Yeah.
And so Adam Silver made it very clear last week, right before the All-Star game, that they're working on new plans to curb tanking. And it was leaked out yesterday from Shams, courtesy of Adam Silver and the NBA, several of the considerations that they are putting together to stop tanking. I'll read you them. They all don't work. I'll just make that very blunt. Limitations on first-round pick protections, teams not being allowed to pick in the top 4 a year after making the conference finals, teams being prohibited from selecting in the top 4 in consecutive years, teams being prohibited from selecting in the top 4 after consecutive bottom 3 finishes. Also, the idea of freezing the lottery odds at an earlier time in the season, which does not work because teams would tank earlier. There is a solution. And this solution has been talked about off and on for years. It just needs something to push it over the finish line. There needs to be a tournament at the end of the season that puts 2 things on the line, the number 1 pick and a playoff spot.
Right.
Because players are not competing to get a draft pick for a player who would potentially replace them. So what Adam Silver needs to do, and I don't know why they won't do it, because it'll make them money. It'll make the sport interesting at the end of the year with these baddish teams. You can be bad, but you don't want to be too bad.
Right.
Because if you're too bad, you're not even in this tournament, or you have no chance to win the tournament. But the tournament determines who picks number 1 along with the last playoff spot in each conference. So really you're competing for 1 and 2.
Yes.
That's the answer. Every other choice that Adam Silver comes up with or idea, and it's better. Sure, it's better. This is the best.
Right.
It will create a dynamic where teams will never want to be bad. They'll always be battling to be good. By the way, Canada has just taken a 3-2 lead with 35 seconds left in the 3rd period with 2 seconds left on a power play.
Do not call it a comeback.
So the Canadians are now 35 seconds away from advancing to the Olympic gold medal game. Who scored that goal?
It was Nathan McKinnon. It happened on a power play. Little controversy. Feels like the refs were in to try to get Canada into the
What does
goal
that
here.
mean?
They gave him a power play with 2 minutes left on a controversial call.
So it was not a penalty?
People debating it.
Well, I'm
have to
asking
get a second look at it.
I'm asking you.
I just told you I have to get a second look. I'm telling you what the reaction.
What a shot. Near
Gotcha.
post.
Wow. So Canada is now 35 seconds away from advancing to the gold medal game. If you're not aware, Team USA is going to face off at 3:30 this afternoon, and they're facing Slovakia. And
Great shot. Nathan hot dogged it there.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else you want to add to it?
No.
What's the hole between the elbow and the hip, hip area?
I only know the 5-hole, and I played hockey my whole life.
So anyhow, why not a tournament? Like, that's the answer. And think about how exciting it would be to earn a playoff spot. Like, you're not just playing for the number 1 overall pick. You're playing to make the playoffs. Like, evening out the lottery odds, sure, that works.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. Freezing the lottery odds, all that does is change the time that you're tanking.
Yes.
Predetermining who picks what year, that doesn't seem fair.
No.
A tournament. We live in America. It's about winning and losing. Go win the tournament. You go win the tournament, you're in the top 2, and you're in the playoffs. So you give everybody something to win. You give the players a playoff spot.
Yeah, reason to win.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And that's really what it's got to come down to. You got to keep teams needing and wanting to win all season long.
Yeah.
And as soon as you stop doing that, then teams are like, all right, it's better for us not to win.
Well, and the other thing is,
and I'm not saying the players, because that's never going to happen with the players.
Right.
This is all coaching decisions, as we saw with the Pacers and the Jazz.
Yeah.
So the players want to play hard. They're going to win. Try to, at least.
It also solves 2 issues, because right now the NBA created this play-in tournament a couple of years ago coming out of the pandemic where 7 seed plays the 8 seed, 9 seed plays the 10 seed. We all know it's been going on for a few years. It's not that appealing. Most people don't care about it.
No.
And the reason they don't care about it is because, okay, great, you're the 7 seed. Okay, great, you're the 8 seed. And while we have seen teams go on runs, it's unlikely. Most of the teams are lousy. And so it's not horrible. It's just like, if you take that and you put it on steroids,
right,
and you include almost everybody, so it's not just 4 teams in the tournament, it's 8 teams in the tournament, so you get everybody involved. And you put a draft pick along with the playoff spot? My God. I'll tell you right now, as a Nets season ticket holder, I'd be at every game.
Right.
I'd be watching. I'm watching every game anyway because I'm a loser, but you know what I mean.
Right.
It so works. So works. And I don't know why when Adam Silver floats out all these possibilities, they just won't float that out. I don't see the negative to it.
Right. But I think he also has to propose something that people are not going to be dismissive of.
Why would someone be dismissive of it? Can you give me a negative? Like, give me just one negative. Just one. I only need one.
There isn't one.
You can't come up with one?
No, I can't.
Okay. Can you come up with a negative, Sean? Is there like a negative to the tournament that determines a playoff spot and a number 1 pick?
No, other than the fact that I just think you still create a moral dilemma for fans.
What's the moral dilemma?
About whether you want to make a play, unless I missed your explanation.
You missed it completely, so go away.
Okay, then I'll go away. I'm
just
sorry.
kidding.
Sorry, I was doing my 13th job here.
You know what? I apologize. Let me explain it again, because there also may be someone tuning in 30 seconds ago. Like, it's very possible. I would have a tournament of the non-playoff teams, okay? The winner of the tournament in each conference.
It's also great content.
That's the best point.
Right.
The winner of the tournament gets 2 prizes. One prize is the last playoff spot. The other prize is either the first or second pick in the NBA draft. So there's no moral dilemma, hence the brilliance of the idea. You make the playoffs for those that think, hey, why can't I go on a miracle run? I love the playoffs.
Right.
And you get a top 2 pick.
All right.
And you're not that good because the teams battling for the last seed all are of teams that are mediocre to bad.
Okay, so I like it from a fan's perspective. I'm going to give you a little devil's advocate player's perspective. If you kind of know in the NBA you got no shot at beating whatever seed you're going to beat, am I going out there to bust my ass for 4 games, wrist tearing ligaments and everything else before vacation?
Are players busting their ass in the play-in tournament?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, we've seen in past years, though, like the teams that have made the
there's
play-in.
incentive to get your team better.
Yeah, so what's the difference?
So you're coaching hard and you're playing hard.
I literally took the play-in tournament and I added a bunch of teams, bad teams, nevertheless. How could you possibly make that argument? You don't have an argument.
The teams that have been in the play-in tournament, Adam Silver's gotten very lucky, have been teams that realistically they feel like can compete.
That's not true.
Now, not the Hawks and Bulls, who I question what the hell's going on in those games.
And they're trying.
Yeah, but
Okay.
They're not the same as like the LeBron Laker teams.
Well, they're not the LeBron Laker teams.
But those teams seem like they play harder in there because they're better teams.
Here's the example. The example is the Dallas Mavericks, who were good. They were in the play-in. They didn't make it. They were the first team out. And then they got the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah. Well, now you have to win. Yeah, you got to win. And the other thing it'll do, it'll drive up salaries in the NBA as well. Because if you are the Nets, who are clearly rebuilding, aren't you thinking twice about trading off veteran pieces?
Yeah.
Because you're like, I can't be that bad. I got to win the tournament.
Right.
Like what?
Right. I got to keep enough here
Yeah.
that I'm good enough to win this tournament.
Your off seasons are going to be more aggressive. You're going to be like, I have to try to be good. Like, what? Why would I not try to be good? Yes, I'm going to try to develop young players, but I also need to be good enough because the only way I can really improve is by winning the lottery play-in tournament where I get the number 1 pick and a playoff spot. And that's the thing people are missing. So this tournament idea is old. I admit that. Many people have said it. They don't attach a playoff spot to it. It's the biggest mistake. Because players are not going to play for a tournament for a number 1 pick. They're not. You're right about that. That's why it needs to be both.
Right.
You need to make it so that everybody cares. And every fan of a team who's competing for the last playoff spot and for a number 1 or number 2 pick, I guarantee you they will care. Let's go to our buddy Kendrick in Suffern, who's off this week as a school teacher. How are you, Kendrick?
Hey, actually, we went back. I'm calling on a break here because of last night and the draft talk. A little under the weather, so I had to hop out of school. But
sorry,
here
man.
I am. No, but I do want to address a few things here. You know, Evan, as a coalition member, I think we need to start the clock. There's 190 regular season games left until Jalen Brunson gets his well-deserved $418 million extension. So I think all Knicks fans should join us in counting down until he gets paid. Because last year they were the Meow Knicks, but this year I'm going to call them the Titanics because, as JR knows, they're going to sink down the Atlantic to see those aliens or whatever he was talking about. Because the Knicks, they might not hit an iceberg, but they're on thin ice right now with Cat and Brunson. So we'll see what happens.
And
there.
real quick,
But
Kendrick, you are so right. And I don't know if enough people are going to use this bully pulpit to make it clear. The New York Knicks have to give Jalen Brunson whatever he wants. He already did them a service by taking less money. It would be so disrespectful, so wrong to not give Jalen Brunson every dollar he's earned. So I am completely with you on that.
Yes, 190 games, Evan, until he gets all those dollars, as your son would say. Now, in terms of the draft lottery, Evan, there's a little bit of an issue with your idea, but I want to present mine. See, with your idea, if you're like a fringe playoff team, you might rather go into that tournament and get the draft pick and get into the playoffs. So you might tank in the middle. My idea is to create something that values losing as not all losses are the same. So if a team is to lose by 20 points or more, there actually should be penalized. Mm-hmm. And so you give, maybe 50% of the lottery odds come from team record. The other 50% comes from a losing index, which is this. If you lose by 20 points, you get a -2 on your standings. If you lose by 13 to 19, you get -1 point. If you lose by less than 13 to 10, 0 points. But you then, in game, you have teams that are potentially tanking, but you're competing to keep it close.
That's interesting.
Because the reality is, if you've created a standings based off of how competitive you were, but you were still losing, teams would still compete. I turned on the Nets game. I'm a Knicks hater, but I turned on the Nets game, and it's over in 5 minutes.
No, it's unwatchable. That's a really interesting idea. I think it's complicated, and I don't think anybody will follow along, unfortunately, which may be the negativity. But I respect where you're coming from. You're trying to make the games competitive.
Right.
I do want to answer his critique because I've thought of everything with my plan. He said there would be teams on the borderline who are like, hey, I'd rather be in the tournament where I'll get the 8 seed. What's the difference between that and the 7 or 6 seed? And I get the number 1 overall pick. I've thought about that.
Right.
And here's my answer. Are you ready for this brilliance?
Go ahead.
The number 1 seed will get every single game in their own building. So when you are the 8 seed, the difference between being the 8 and the 7 is that you get 0 home games. So, you incentivize being the number 1 seed, which makes that important. Like, why would
just in that first round?
Just in the first round. Yeah. It's a special prize for being the number 1 seed.
Right.
And by the way, even if you think you're going to win that series anyway, I think the owner's going to care.
Right.
I think the owner's going to want every single game at home.
It's going to disincentivize you from wanting to finish at the back.
Thank you. There is a difference between 7 and 8. Now, will there be fans who say, hey, we're going to lose anyway? Who cares? Maybe, but I don't think that's going to be me because I want those home games. I want to be in that building. So that's the counter to, well, would teams be better off playing for the tournament and the number one pick? And the answer is not when it comes to Gates in the postseason.
Yeah.
And those players are going to want to win. So I warn you, I've thought of everything. Let's go to Robert in Baltimore. Hey, Robert.
How you doing today? Good.
What's up, man?
Good. So I think when something happens once, it can be an anomaly or just an instance of something happening. However, when something happens 3 times in a row, I think being objectively, you have to acknowledge it as a trend. Yes. And I'm referring, of course, to the Pistons and the Knicks. Mm-hmm. And a couple stats to kind of geek out. NBA advanced stats, they have this thing called offensive rating and defensive rating, and it eliminates how fast a team plays, but it's basically a calculation based on 100 possessions.
Yep.
And so it's a terrible matchup for the Knicks, in short, because the Knicks have the second best offensive rating. Mm-hmm. The Pistons have the second best defensive rating.
Yeah.
So it's strength on strength, but through 3 games, 84 points to the negative. It's just there's no getting around that. And then if you add in on top of that, that breaks it down as the number of possessions are equal. But then you factor in also the Pistons are the second best offensive rebounding team in the entire league. That's just I think when you add up all those ingredients,
they're a bad matchup.
Yeah, it gives the advantage to the Pistons, and it's exactly what you said, the matchup, because defensive. What's more is defensive rating more important than offensive rating?
I mean, defense wins championships, right?
I mean, but that's what it's proving this year with the Pistons.
It's not proving anything other than what's happened over 3 games
in the regular season.
And we all know over 3 games in the regular season, the Detroit Pistons have whipped the New York Knicks tuckuses. Like, we know that. So trust me, I mentioned earlier, hey, if you break down every quarter, the Pistons have outscored the Knicks in every quarter, 12 for 12. Mm-hmm. We mentioned Cade Cunningham had more assists last night at Madison Square Garden than Jalen Brunson has had in the entire season series. Like, we could do this all day. There's a lot of numbers and a lot of indicators that tell you what we already know, which is that the Pistons have whipped the Knicks' ass.
Yep.
But what I continue to tell you is what happens in January and February is not an indicator of what happens in May. And I want everybody to keep that in mind. I don't think you'll get panicked the rest of the day because I think Craig is still confident they're going to win a title. I don't know about Big Mac. I don't know. He's too busy worried about, Yankees-Orioles right now. So I'm not sure. Yeah. So I don't think necessarily he's going to panic. But for those that are panicking, what I tell you is that you're not playing the Pistons, if you play them at all, for 3 months. OG Anunoby was a mess last night. Was it because of the toenail? Was it because he had a bad night's sleep? I don't know, but there's no guarantee in the middle of May he's not going to be able to defend Cade Cunningham. So there's a lot of factors. That's just one, obviously. I know the Pistons were shorthanded. Isaiah Stewart will be back. Jalen Duren will be back. I get all that. But that's the point. Everything can be different. So we can sit here all day and analyze these 3 games and talk about the stats and how overwhelming it is. It doesn't change the fact that those 3 games were 3 games in January and February.
That's right. It's hard to get overworked up about them, even though the point differential is massive in those 3 games.
No question.
Massive.
No question. Can't deny it. We're coming to you live from the Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Back to your calls in a minute. Plus, idiots with idioms on a Friday. It's Evan and Tiki until 2 o'clock this afternoon.
It's time for Driving Around the League by Amazon Hub Delivery with me, Tiki Barber. The Drive Around the League is sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. 21 of the 32 offensive coordinators in the NFL will be new to their respective teams in 2026. There's some familiar, experienced coaches in the lot, like former New York Giants head coach Brian Daboll with the Tennessee Titans or Nathaniel Hackett out in Arizona with the Cardinals. However, what really stands out when you look is how young some of these teams' offensive leaders are. 9 OCs in the league next year will be 35 or younger. To name a few, David Blow is 30 with the Commanders. Davis Webb, only 31 with the Broncos. Grant Udinsky is 30 with the Jaguars. And Declan Doyle, new to the Baltimore Ravens, is 29 years old. Does this mean anything in particular? Well, not necessarily, because age is not a determiner of coaching success. Remember, when current Rams head coach Sean McVay first got his job in L.A., he was just 30 years old. But it definitely shows that the changing of the coaching guard is starting to happen. That was Drive Around the League, brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery.
And this portion of the program was sponsored by Kalshi. Trade on anything. The MMA fight is Saturday, and you can trade on it nationwide on Kalshi. Hernandez is just trading at 70% to beat Strickland. That means a $100 trade on Strickland pays out $333 with a win. Download the Kalshi app and use code FAN to get $10 when you trade $100. Kalshi, trade on anything. And it was also sponsored by Downtown Nursing and Rehabilitation Center.
Hey, healthcare workers of New York, are you looking to make a difference? Downtown Brooklyn Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is actively hiring nurses and CNAs. Call 718-636-1000. That's 718-636-1000.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you beat the books of Westwood One Sports. The LA Clippers got themselves a shiny new toy. His name is Benedict Mathurin. He popped for 38 points off the bench last night in his home debut for the Clips, and now on a back-to-back right off the All-Star break against the Lakers, he has a chance to steal the spotlight on national TV. I think dude might take 30 shots tonight. The Lakers have gotten torched by opposing wings who can shoot all year. I'm going over on Mathurin's points tonight. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
At Citizens, we help make sense of your money and all your money questions.
Do I keep renting or finally buy?
Do I plan for a vacation or plan for a renovation?
How big of a nest should my nest egg be?
If money talks, what's it say to me?
Is cash still king?
Wait, when did a dollar slice go up to $3?
Whatever money questions you have, Citizens has the answers. Make sense of your money at citizensbank.com/made-ready. Member FDIC.
At NYU Langone Health, we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
Hey, did you know Verizon Home Internet covers more homes with faster speeds across the country than any other provider? Now you can get award-winning Fios Internet for just $20 a month for 3 years. Switch today and enjoy savings you can count on. Verizon Home Internet consists of Fios and 5G Home. Availability varies. Comparison based on FCC BDS data of home internet providers with download speeds over 50 megabytes per second, June 2025. Limited time offer for eligible new customers. Fios $20 per month plan with auto pay, mobile phone plan, mobile plus home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee. Applies only to the then current base monthly rate for Fios. Additional terms may apply.
My buddy dies. I show up to the funeral. Open casket. We're still doing that? I've never understood open casket. I don't get it. It's like, you told me he was dead. I believed you.
From the Monday Morning Podcast, his hit film Old Dads, and his latest Grammy-nominated special on Hulu, comedian Bill Burr, coming to Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Atlantic City, Saturday, April 25th, with all new material. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try Maintain X for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up with care management that ensures doctors work together on complicated conditions. We show up with the latest in online tools to make healthcare easier to use anytime. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber with a special message for New York businesses looking to diversify your income. Amazon Hub Delivery is making it easy to earn extra money. When you partner with Amazon Hub Delivery, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra income and exposure for your business. There's no upfront cost, no delivery experience, and no long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
The President's Day sales event is happening now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. With incredible lease offers on all new Jeep and Ram trucks, you'll see why more Americans are electing to get their vehicles from Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Home of exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated, New York, New York.
Department of Rejected Dreams. If you had a dream rejected, IKEA can make it possible.
So I always dreamed of having a man cave. But the wife doesn't like it. What if I called it a woman cave?
Okay, so let's not do that, but add some relaxing lighting and a comfy IKEA Hofburg ottoman, and now it's a cozy retreat.
Nice, a cozy retreat. Man cozy retreat.
Sir, okay. Find your big dreams, small dreams, and cozy retreat dreams in-store or online at IKEA.us. Dream the possibilities.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. The Nets are in Oklahoma City at 8 p.m. this evening in a game I'm sure won't go well and could be heard here on The Fan. The U.S. men's hockey team will get started at about 3:10 as they play Slovakia, with the winner advancing to play Canada in the gold medals Sunday morning. And within the last few minutes, the National Weather Service is saying the Euro and GFS models are blending together, and they are now calling for blizzard conditions Sunday into Monday in the New York City and Long Island area, with 10 to 13 inches of snow now on the table.
Oh, my God.
They have now upped it in the last 10 minutes.
Oh, my God.
I'm moving.
This may be it.
I'm going to the Carolinas with Evan.
I'm not going to the Carolinas. I visit there. I don't live there.
You don't want to live there?
No. No. I'm a New Yorker, man.
Why are you hating on your family?
I'm not hating. I love New York. I want to live here for the rest of my life, even when I retire. I love this place. And I know a lot of people like to talk crap about it because of the mayors and the taxes and the crime and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying we're perfect. We're not. Our country also isn't perfect, but we're the freaking best. And sometimes you can understand that we're not perfect and criticize it while also knowing we're the best.
Hell yeah, Evan.
So New York and the United States of America, we'll call out our flaws because we always want to be more perfect. But we're the best.
Or it just makes you feel better about yourself.
That too. You know, the Pistons have a slightly better winning percentage than the Oklahoma City Thunder, which feels nuts considering the start the Thunder got off to. Detroit's 41-13, and Oklahoma City is 42-14, so slightly better, which leads me, because he mentioned the Thunder are playing the Nets tonight. What do you think the spread is in the Nets-Thunder game?
26.
I thought 24. That was my guess. I am way off.
What is it?
18. Much lower than you would imagine.
That's because they want people to bet on
the Thunder.
Yeah, on the Thunder.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I would lay the points on the Thunder. Now it's basketball, so you never know. The Nets could be losing by 40 the entire game, go on a late run and lose by 17.
I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's too low of a number.
The best part about basketball tonight for the Net fan is that the Pacers play the Wizards again. And both of those teams are ahead of the Nets in the tank-a-thon standings. So
somebody's got to lose.
Or
somebody's got to win.
Someone's got to win. It is a little after 1:30 on a Friday, so what we do, it started as finding all the mistaken idioms on this show. It has now become finding all the mistaken idioms all over WFAN and the Stratosphere. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is another edition, a Friday staple of Idiots with Idioms.
Hey, you know what time it is? It's Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Laugh till you split your sides. Idiots with Idioms.
I could always how's the word said? Compartmentalize? I could always compartmentalize.
It's Idiots with Idioms.
Because there was one thing that I got to admit. It kind of slipped through the goalie on me.
What?
Tag teaming.
Tag teaming. I don't think that was the actual word.
That's the term I used.
That's the one you used, but that's not what
they used.
I can't remember now.
Called again? Rubbernecking.
It's Idiots with Idioms.
I cannot take a safety at 2. And I know that sounds bullheaded.
What?
I've been around for a long time. My dad was involved. I'm not going to break open the apple cart.
It's Idiots with Idioms.
What I give Aaron Judge credit for is he's being professional about it. He's understanding, hey, we got to do what we come about.
What?
I think it's important to bring it back up because it's such a pandemic right now in the NBA.
It's Idiots with Idioms.
Pete, who you like, Pete?
Was Richard Jefferson a president?
My Lord.
What?
Pookie-Choo.
It's Pokemon.
No, but it's Pookie-Choo.
Okay, it's Pikachu.
Pokemon Pookie-Choo.
It's Pikachu, who is a character in Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
It's Idiots with Idioms.
They weren't at the dais when they were selling that card, and the Guinness World Book of Records was there.
What? How long were dinosaurs on the planet before they were extinct 66 million years ago?
A great more amount of time than we've been on the planet.
It's Idiots with Idioms.
With basically every clip from Idiots with Idioms, or Idioms with Idiots, and all the past clips.
Idiots with idioms.
Idiots with Idioms.
Jesus.
What?
I mean, Twiggy did reveal a few days ago.
It's Idiots with Idioms.
The body isn't even warm yet.
Right.
Or the body isn't cold yet.
Cold.
It's Idiots with Idioms.
The Dallas Cowboys are defenseless less team.
What?
That sounds like he has a hard one for David Stearns.
Really?
It's Idiots with Idioms.
Could you imagine being a podometrist? Is that right? A podometrist? Podiatrist.
What? How is the name going to make the Idiots with Idioms?
It's going to now.
Laugh till you split your sides. Idiots with Idioms.
Wow. Tommy did a good job this week.
Yeah, he did.
A lot of Tommies in there. Well done. Now, the other thing we did.
That word is so hard because you want to say it fast.
It's tough.
Compartmentalize.
I'm not trying. Nah.
Just say compartment.
Compartmentalize.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Last week at this time, we took all the dumb opinions at WFAN and voted on which one was the dumbest. To be fair, we had a very clear week.
Yeah.
Like, there weren't a lot of dumb opinions. So the other day, the thought was, since this show is now known as Tiki is the adult and me and Sean are babies, that every week, especially when there aren't dumb opinions, the alternate segment would be Tiki deciding who is the bigger baby this week.
Yes.
So it already has a theme song.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know the name of the segment. I guess it's Who's a Bigger Baby?
Who's a bigger baby? Let's settle it now. Tiki's got the verdict, he's the judge anyhow. Was it Evan whining? Did Sean complain? Grab your popcorn, here comes the pain. Every week we laugh, every week we see who earned the crown of baby MVP. No excuses, no maybe, just honesty. Tiki decides who's the bigger baby.
So do you have an opinion on who was more immature, more of a baby this week, me or Sean?
I had to think about how I was going to determine this.
Yeah, it's up to you.
And what was going to be the criteria? Was it someone bitching and moaning too much, or was it someone just not being able to get over something? And I think what I've decided on is that when it comes to Friday, we've done so much because it's 20 hours. You know what I mean? It's like it's 20 hours of content. I'm going to not even think about it until right before we do the segment. So the segment before, I was like, what do I remember that annoyed me?
Okay.
By either one of you.
That's a good theory.
Yeah. It's just because it makes it obvious. Like,
sure.
What do I remember? Could have been on a Monday. It could have been today. So I've decided that the first winner, the inaugural winner, what are we calling this?
I don't know yet, baby. Like that song kept saying, like the baby crown or something.
Right.
We got to workshop it, unfortunately.
Right. I've decided that the inaugural winner of whatever we ultimately call this, is you, Evan Roberts.
Me?
It's you,
bitch.
Evan Roberts. You
Why?
Bitch. It's you because of the lack of accepting the alternative to a salary cap.
Oh, God. I like it.
The fact that you are so player friendly, having no care about the players, you keep defending it blindly.
And it goes into the group chat, too.
And it 100%.
I knew Tiki was mad at me last night.
100%.
He got mad
I went
at me
home
last night.
yesterday.
Yep.
For those who don't know, because you don't know, because you're not part of our group chat, I was like on a fire.
Yeah, he was.
And I was like going through this and that and this and that and that. And I was still annoyed. Yesterday afternoon at 4:30, after I'd picked up my kids and taken them to cheer and was sitting down at my computer because of you, Evan. So, Evan, congratulations. You win.
You win. I think I'm going to pop an idea here in real time.
Go ahead.
Going forward, you know how they have like touchdown chains? We have the L's?
Yeah.
You should wear the bib.
The baby bib.
All right, so now
I mean, it'd only be for like 10 minutes.
So now it's just good to know. It's good to know that we have two shills for Rob Manfred at this radio station.
Oh, stop.
Greg and Tiki, they should just go out and hang out now.
Stop.
I mean, go do the owner's bidding. That's fine. No, that's good. That's good to know. At least I know that now I worked with two little
It's not even
biatches
that.
for the owners.
You know me, Ev. I'm a fact guy.
Yeah.
And when I go look at just the CBT, let's just start. Let's just do the CBT.
Yeah.
We won't even go deep into this.
Okay.
The CBT this year, the competitive balance tax that the Los Angeles Dodgers paid in 2025 would have been the 15th highest payroll in baseball last year. The 15th highest payroll was their CBT.
I'm going back to the text messages because this was the
it just
argument.
like annoyed me. I was like, man, like there were some playoff teams that didn't spend as much as their CBT.
So it all started because I supplied the group chat with this piece of information that maybe you guys heard yesterday, maybe you're interested, not interested, that negotiations between the owners and players are expected to begin at the end of March and that the owners are prepared to offer a salary cap.
Yes.
With the first offer on a floor being 140 to 160 million and the ceiling being between 260 and 280.
So that would mean 5 teams have to get under what this is, including CBT, obviously. 5 teams would have to get under to get into the cap. And like 10 or 11 teams would have to get up to the floor.
And they would grandfather it in over time.
So they don't have to do it next year.
Right. So I supply this information. Tiki and Sean start writing about it, like conversing. And all I write, and this was what set Tiki off. This is why I'm the baby of the week. I wrote, MLB isn't serious with that kind of offer. Which is fact-based. That is not a serious offer.
Why not?
Because they're not going to accept it, nor are they even going to negotiate around it.
$280 million. You're talking about the 40-man roster. That is, the NFL has 53-man rosters plus practice squad, and their cap is $300 million.
I get you.
So what are we talking about?
Tiki's response to that, and this is when I knew he was pissed, was simply, what kind of offer is serious? So I said, a higher one. They'll never accept that. And then he comes out, based on what metric does that cap need to be much higher? And now I can hear Tiki screaming. And I'm like, and I started saying, you know what? I'm giving it back to him. Based on the metric that it won't get the players to even get to the table to consider it. And then Tiki's passive-aggressive response was, why? And I knew. I said, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Right.
And we waited until 1:40 to fight about it.
Evan
but that's why I'm a baby?
Disconnected. Yes.
No, you're disconnected.
I wanted a real debate about it.
There is a real debate. Players will laugh at you, cursing you, because you're asking for a salary cap that they've never accepted, and your first offer is going to be a cap of
But they don't
$240?
even know why they want the salary cap or why they don't want the salary cap, and they think that they understand what's going on. But look, the reality is, and I said this yesterday, and I was wrong. I stand corrected again because I thought that the players had no idea what the owners make. The reality is the CBA, the last CBA, which I went back and looked at, gives the players the right to audit 6 teams every year. So if they want to, they can audit all 30 teams in a decade in the length of the CBA. They can audit these, so they know, right? They know what the owners are making, and we also know that these owners look at what Steve Cohen basically told us. He's losing millions of dollars every single year. Yet you want them to spend more?
I have been okay
and
with
that's
Steve
that's
spending.
a big market team.
No, I have not been critical of Steve spending. Even when the story comes out the other day of all the billions he's made, he's the second highest payroll in baseball.
Yes.
Now, I will quibble with how the money is spent or how the negotiations went, specifically with Edwin Diaz, but I have never really said, boy, he's not spending enough.
Right.
I've warned it before it's happened, like, hey, you better spend or you better do this. He's done it.
Yes.
I don't have a quibble or quabble with Steve Cohen. Anyhow.
I think it is. Is it quibble?
I don't know. Here's what I know. When this gets hot and heavy next December and January and February, the Giants better be good.
Yeah.
Because
no, it's gonna start happening in probably mid-March.
Yeah, but it is, but it isn't. So here's what's going to happen.
They're going to make token offers.
There's going to be an offer. They're going to say no, and then they won't talk for months.
Right.
So it won't be a constant thing. Anyhow, let's get to your calls for those that have waited. We appreciate it. 888-808-1019. Hooper is in Greenwich. What's up, Hooper?
Hey, Hoop.
Hey, guys. I wanted to call and continue the debate on a couple of topics, Evan, you have not been favorable of. And would like to start out, there's 2 topics. The first one is, and I always like to call in with the better things that you guys say, the positive things. And Tiki said something that I considered his moment of brilliance right when the show opened. He said, and I quote, something, he said, you have to watch the Clone Wars if you're going to watch Star Wars. And this is about
it's
Evan
so true. It's so true.
You got to watch the whole series, but you do have to watch this cartoon because a big part of the storyline is part of it. Because you got young kids, the subject's going to come up later on. Wait a little bit, wait till they're older.
Yeah,
but you got to watch the Star Wars series.
I think what can make things fair around here is I'll watch Clone Wars because you asked me to, and now you have to watch something I ask you to.
Sure.
And I think that's how we all kind of share our interests.
I'm giving you something that's family related.
That's true.
Jet and Spence will be like, oh, Dad, you're the best. You watch Clone Wars with us.
Yes. Jet is obsessed with Tiki being verified on Roblox.
Yes. Which I can't figure out how to do.
Yeah, and he admitted, he said, I only want Tiki verified on Roblox so I can, quote, flex to my friends at school.
Right.
So I'm like, all right.
That we have a connection.
Yeah, you guys are buddies and playing Roblox. So I'll watch Clone Wars, and you watch the main event of WrestleMania 11 between Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh, that's easy.
That's easy. I mean, that match is like 20 minutes. And how long is Clone Wars?
It's
a series?
It's a series.
Oh,
it's like mini seasons.
I'll give it a couple of episodes. I'll put it on for the kids and see how they react.
Right.
I don't know if they're going to react well to it. We'll give it a try.
Well, they know what stormtroopers are, right?
Not really. No. I'm just being honest.
Might be a tough catch on it.
Rose is calling from Queens. Good afternoon, Rose.
Hey, Rose.
Hey, good afternoon. This is basically to stick up for Evan and Sean, but Tiki, there is a series called Skinwalker Ranch. Have you ever heard of Robert
Skinwalker?
Bigelow?
No.
Skinwalker Ranch.
Okay.
Robert Bigelow, he was the one that opened all of those budget motels, but he bought this ranch out in Utah, and he claimed to have alien technology, that this ranch was somehow, it has to do with aliens. But
the Skinwalker
after
Ranch is
that,
a 512-acre property in Ballard, Utah, globally
Yes,
renowned as
but
a hot
please-
spot for UFOs.
Yes, but Skinwalker Ranch, they do this whole series on it, and they have, do you know Travis Taylor? He's an astrophysicist from NASA. He worked on the NASA, the space shuttles.
Okay.
He is a part of this team. They go through all experiments proving, because this guy, Travis, the astrophysicist, believes that there are aliens out there.
Yeah, this is
But
Travis
now
Taylor.
he joined, Travis Taylor. But he now joined this team to do all kinds of physics experiments proving. And Tiki, when you watch this series, you are going to see things that you cannot explain.
You got to watch
They-
it. You got to watch it now. This is a new thing now. We're all recommending things. I like Rose's recommendation.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine Tiki walking in here at 10 a.m. on Monday saying, you know what? Aliens are real.
No, but here's the thing.
Sorry.
You know what I trust?
Your eyes.
Science.
Oh.
If you can't explain it, eventually science will.
I get you.
Right? You used to think that the sun circled the earth.
I know. What idiots we were.
Right.
Humans were dumb.
And if you said it back when religion first started, you got burned at the stake. No, I mean, serious.
It's funny to look back at the views that we had hundreds of years ago and
Yeah.
like, how dumb were you?
Mm-hmm.
And it's our relatives because they're humans just a long time ago.
Right.
Scott's in Westchester. What's up, Scott?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing?
We're doing well.
Awesome. I'm going to do another edition of Fun Questions Friday that I specifically created for this show because I love this show.
All right.
I've been doing it the last 2 weeks, and you guys seem to enjoy it, so I'm going to continue with it today, and at the end, I'm going to give my answer real quick.
All right. Shoot,
So,
go ahead.
As fans of your favorite New York teams, what's the worst contract signing or trade of all time that you ever witnessed? The one that made you say, what are they doing? And my answer for this is not necessarily a contract signing or trade, but more of a decision of the Yankees to let Robinson Cano walk after the 2013 season.
Well, but I have a follow-up question for you. Is it what we thought in the moment or now with history how we view those trades or signings?
I would say, what you just said about history, what you view it as.
Okay, because it is really, really different. Like, to me, and I've admitted this, when the Nets and the Celtics made the mega trade that basically built the modern Boston Celtics. Like, literally, for those that are not aware, the Nets traded the draft picks that led to both Jaylen Brown and eventually a trade for Jason Tatum.
Yep.
That came from the Nets.
The Nets still in the league.
For the carcasses of Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Jason Terry. So it is clear as day that that is one of the worst all-time trades in the history of sport. But at the time, I liked it.
Right.
So if I now have the view of history, that is so far and away the worst deal.
So it's essentially a personnel decision.
Yes. I think that's the answer.
I mean, for the Giants, it's got to be the ending of Saquon, right?
Or signing Daniel Jones to $40 million a year.
Yeah, because did that lead to it? I don't know.
Yeah, well, they did that, and that led to Saquon having to be tagged, which led to he didn't want the long-term deal. And all that
What
other
about
stuff.
Galloway?
Well, Galladay, yeah.
Yeah, Galladay, yeah.
Yeah, that's up there, too. It's a bad one.
Yeah, because he didn't play.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a bad one.
You know what's cute about that? My example so dwarfs your little cute
of course.
examples.
Because there aren't a ton for the Giants that truly screwed up the franchise.
Well, and also it's football, so the trades aren't as often necessarily.
I have my other Nets one is always going to be trading Gerald Wallace for a first-round pick that became Dame Lillard.
So what's funny about that one is I asked him specifically, how'd you feel in the moment?
Mm-hmm.
That one in the moment, I almost lost it on Billy King. We had him on the air, and I think the line was, if that's the way you feel about draft picks, why don't you trade all of them? Like, just trade all of them right now, Billy. Just get rid of them. And that kind of, our relationship went downhill after that. But that in the moment was one of the worst. With the Jets and the Mets, I didn't want Favre.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want Brett Favre. I really didn't. So,
but it wasn't necessarily bad.
Well, it was good when they were 8-3. It was working out well.
Right.
Oh, I was happy when the Jets extended Muhammad Wilkerson. That didn't work out very well.
Yankees you could go down memory lane.
Well, he brought up Cano, which I think is an emotional thing because our last caller is a little bit younger, and Cano was probably his guy. And I understand, like in the moment, being very upset that you lost Robbie Cano, but history doesn't look badly at that, considering what happened to him.
But the problem with Cano is it led to them overcompensating and signing Ellsbury. So I think if you combine the two, it's horrible.
Yeah, I guess, right, if you combine them. So what's yours for the Yankees?
It's when I think Yankees bad deals, I think Carl Pavano.
Yeah.
It's Carl Pavano.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Rough.
You could do a Cinco where you mix up all the New York sports teams and just talk about the worst transactions.
I'd love it, Dan, to go back. I think we did this.
Did you really?
I think we did.
Worst transactions?
Because I think mine for the Mets was Jason Bay, and you argued with me about it.
About Jason Bay being the worst?
Yeah. Dan might be able to dig this up. This might be year one of Evan and Tiki.
Interesting.
By the way, Star Wars, the Clone Wars, 7 seasons.
Oh, God.
133 episodes.
7 seasons?
They're quick, though.
But, when you find a show that you like me and my wife are right now rewatching Scrubs. She has never seen the show. I love Scrubs. I haven't watched it, though, in a long time.
That's a good show.
Very good
show. New version coming out.
That's what motivated it, because there's a new version coming out. When you love a show, when there's 7 seasons or 8 seasons, it's like, oh, this is awesome. But if I'm watching a show to do you a favor and there's 7 seasons, it's like the worst piece of news one can give me.
What a commitment.
But they're quick. They're not long.
How many minutes are the episodes?
I don't know, 20 something.
I do think this is a moment.
So it's quick.
This is a moment in time, at least for me, for Sean, for Big Mac, for the diehard baseball fans. This is your moment to watch these shows. Because in a month and a half, when baseball comes back, and it's every day.
Right.
It's 3 hours.
You have no time.
The time is gone.
Yeah.
Like
now you sit at home and you're like, dude, Stargate, SG-1. let me watch this show from 2006.
It's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, this is the time of year where it's, especially last week or earlier this week when there was no NBA.
Mm-hmm.
The NHL obviously is on the Olympic break. I'm not into the Olympics. Every night was like, what do you want to watch now?
I burned through Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix.
See? And so even with the NBA back, like the Knicks play every other day. It's not every single day.
Mm-hmm.
This is an opportunity to watch these shows.
Right.
What you need to do now is start logging them for next year's lockout because you're going to need a good list. You don't want to burn through everything yet. You're going to need stuff next summer.
I'm not going to do that with the lockout.
That's a good point.
I'm not going to handle the lockout that way. I'm going to watch old baseball games.
Baseball games.
I'm going to rewatch games when I need to because I think early on in the lockout I'll be all right.
No,
NBA
don't do
playoff.
that. Don't do that.
Why?
Because you're going to come in here and be like, hey, man, you remember what happened back in 1984? This was before the Mets run, but they set themselves up for that 86 championship because of this game against the Pirates where you won't believe what happened.
The funny thing is, this will be Tiki doing that next year. Won't be me. He'll end up watching old games on YouTube being like, I didn't realize this Kevin McReynolds was a lot better than people thought.
Right.
Anyhow, if you missed any of the show, you can rewind it on the free Odyssey app or download the Evan and Tiki podcast. We are back Monday morning at 10 a.m. Coming up next is the Carton Show with Craig Carton and Big Mac Chris McMonagle. Have a wonderful weekend. Monday, 10 a.m. See you then.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone, Auto.